Rusty's Crypto Cave here, and today we're gonna do a video on my Geodnet device. It has been up for a year, technically a little over a year. It was beginning of August, 4th, 5th, somewhere around there is when I originally set it up last year, and so this video is about 2 weeks overdue. I just haven't had a chance to record it, and when I did, this desktop rig was on a pretty decently paying salad job, so I just let that go. Just went through and did some salad updates and stuff, so I had an opportunity to do some recording, so here we are. But yeah, this is the video. Let me pop my head off here. When I set it up 1 year ago, and it came in on Friday, August 2nd of 24 is when the device came in. So did take a while because I ordered it back in April of 24 and it came in August, so probably a little over 3 months, because judging by my description, it was the end of April when it was ordered and beginning of August is when it came in. So yeah, was it worth waiting for it? Yes. This has actually probably been one of my best performing devices as far as earnings and stuff goes, even though the Geodnet token has actually decreased in price by about 50%. It barely uses any power. Once we'll see, once I get to the spreadsheet, does not use much power at all, and has earned a good bit of tokens. So, as you know, with my spreadsheet, I've been tracking them every payment. I've been pretty much tracking. So, pop my head back on here, and I've been tracking everyone since the device has been up, which is a little bit of pain, tedious, but oh well. So, and like when I ordered a device, Geodnet was paying out 48 tokens per day. By the time the device came in, there was already a halving, and it dropped down to 24. And then there has been another halving, so now it's down to max payout is 12. So my device is not earning the max. I actually still have not received the NFT because I can't quite. I get a little bit too many trees around me that are blocking it, and I cannot get up to the 90. I guess it's 98% rolling reward rate to obtain the NFT. So I haven't got that. But luckily for me, I am the only one of my hex, so I still do get the max rewards. So there's that. I guess that's the silver lining, I guess you could say. So let's hop over to the spreadsheet. Hopefully it doesn't go black. There we go. So as you can see here, all the transactions daily that paid out. So it's a lot. You see right around there is what I paid out. So because at the beginning there was some payout periods where I did not, if you didn't get over 20 tokens, you did not receive a payout, and just once you got over 20, then you received the payout. And then now it is once you're over 10, you'll get the payout. So that's why you see some here's a 24, there's a 37, 36, 34, 37, 42, and then once I moved it to my roof, that's when I got a little bit consistently better payouts, and it was just about daily. So, and I don't know if I could improve it. I don't know if I put it on a taller pole, if that's going to help. I don't know. Because some of the trees that are around me are pretty tall, so I think I might be kind of stuck. My neighbor that's at the top of the hill would probably have an ideal spot, because they're probably near the peak of everything, and they're kind of over all the trees. So maybe I should work out a deal with them and slap it up on their roof, but it is what it is. So, but anyway, the device cost me over here was $6.95. I don't remember whose coupon I used. Well, it might have been Tech Hustlers, don't know. But I got $69.50 off, $20 shipping, so it cost me $645. Right there. Roughly about 3 o'clock is when it was up and running on August 5th. This currently shows 380 days online. Let me do a refresh. You know, if you saw my July earnings video, there was a bug or something like that in the API of this or something that it wasn't working, but it is working fine now. So average dollars per day that I mined, a mine value was $4.82. Current value is $2.95. That's at the current price of Geodnet. It's 133 days to break even mined. It's already broken even. So we got a while ago, even 160 days ago, even at its current price. Man, it is coming down out there with rain. Average coins per day. This is going to keep on dropping just because of the halving. It says 20.877. That will continue to drop more and more. Cost of power used, roughly using about 5 watts, $5.47, and that's based off the number of days online at 12 cents a kilowatt. So my last power bill was 24 cents a kilowatt. So even if it's $10, it's still negligent. Didn't use much power at all. So not a big deal there. So the total Geodnet that I have mined since it's been up has been 7,933. The 1 year totals are down here. So the coins mined, this is the sum up until beef 357. So that we scroll all the way down. 357, August 4th includes that one, but does not include the 6th because then that would be one extra day. So it's up until here is where it is included. So we go back up. And the same thing with the mine value, 357, 357 in formula. So just use all those numbers. And this is basically the percentage returns on up to that date based on the purchase price. So the total mine value was $1,800. Current value is just under $1,100. Like I said, the price of Geodnet has tanked because if you'll see, the price of Geodnet when I first started mining it was in the teens and crawl up into the 20s, and then it was up in the 30s here for a period somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, here we're up in the low to mid 30s in January of this year. I had a nice little price increase, and it has gone down since then. So, but as far as it's pretty close to where it was when I started mining. It was 13, 14 cents when I started, and then they see a nice price increase and stuff. So you got that. But anyway, overall, total Geodnet mine, you know, what I said, 77.64 compared to 79.33 right now. Total worth is 18.31 compared to 18.05. So obviously mined a few bucks since it reached a 1 year mark. And then at the same percentages, 283 compared to and 173 compared to 279 and 169. Value at future Geodnet price. So if it would go back to basically its all-time high. Alrighty, sorry about that. The pup started barking at thunder and stuff. Going to storm rolling through here. But anyway, value at the future Geodnet price of 27.76. That is just, I can put whatever number in this box that I want. So you put 40 cents in there, it'll be 3 grand. 25, just back to 25 cents. Goes to 1983. Be optimistic, say it gets to 50 cents. Almost 4 grand. You get the picture. So I'm going to put the previous all-time high area back in there. Break even at Geodnet price. This is basically essentially, I believe, I'm trying to remember what this K5. It's 377. Okay. All right. I think where I came up with that formula. This number is here, 645 divided by the current coins mined. So basically, the lower that gets, money's cost of power. So the cost of power isn't included in that formula. So it's roughly basically 8 cents. If it gets down to 8 cents, that's about like the break-even cost, with the cost of device. What the device cost me essentially per coin is really basically what that number is kind of getting at. So it's not really a relevant number, I guess, but for whatever reason, when I built a spreadsheet, I put it in there. So it is what it is. But overall, as you can see though, in the long run, this has performed pretty damn well. It's pretty much at least doubled my money, if not more. You know, at the current value of the coins that I do have, at 1120. Capital gains down here, that is basically the loss in value of the coins, but still, even at this number, I've still doubled my money basically, just about. Not quite, but just about. And then current mine value is more than, but that's not really relevant because that's not what they're currently worth. This is the number that they're currently worth. So even at that, I'm still up $500 basically. So over a year, which, yeah, $500 return in a year isn't that good, but kind of. The device itself paid itself off in 100 and some days. Actually, let's go back. I'm gonna pop into my channel because I did a video on it. So let's go back here. I'm gonna guess 90-day update. Here we go. Yeah, broke even. A helium Wi-Fi was 11 months and 119 days for the Geodnet Miner to break even. So that's pretty good. Not really gonna complain about that, because especially any piece of mining hardware now, you're probably a year to break even, if not more. Especially with some ASIC miners and stuff, especially big boy ASICs here, or even longer. Because actually, I'm tracking my L9 to see how long that's gonna take, and we'll see how long that will take compared to before electric, after electric, and all that stuff. Obviously, after electric is gonna be a lot longer. So, but the overall, I am happy I did this and did purchase the Geodnet Miner. Would I buy one now? Probably not. Because after the halving, it's 12, and then next June, July-ish, there'll be another halving, so it's going to go down to 6. So unless we get some massive price appreciation, it's going to take you substantially longer to break even and get your money back. But is there a use case for Geodnet miners? Absolutely. With was it RTK and then geopositioning and stuff like that, and there's a lot of things that it could be used for, and the data and the information that it provides. So I think this and like Wingbits and stuff is another good option. Wingbits is still on testnet, so we'll see how that goes. But currently, I still had the Wingbits miner actually in the original location where the Geodnet miner is, on the shed. So I have not moved that to the roof yet. Just because as far as mounting it, I need to figure something out, and I don't know if I want to get there and mess around with it a whole lot. And then plus I don't know, it's pretty stable the way it is up there now. If I added another device to it, which actually, so wait, this is basically what it looks like on the roof. So let's go back. Yeah, we don't have the same hat on. So wait, if I add like another mount here and have it shoot back out that way, is it going to upset the balance of how this is, even though this is a little front end heavy on this side? Because those helium Wi-Fi miners are actually pretty damn heavy. These things are super, super light, and the Wingbits actually isn't all that heavy either. So it might be okay, but I'd have to maybe figure an arm that maybe goes out up this way. Who knows? But for the time being, it's in the same spot that it was on the shed. So I'll leave it there. If I get a chance to move it up there, I'll move it up there. But it's not really high on the priority list anyway. So whatever. If anything, I think I'd rather prefer to get the NFT and get this locked in, and maybe get a taller pole for that one. So because I want to have it too tall, because then it will look kind of real goofy on the house. But I am kind of tucked away where I'm at, so it won't really be noticeable. But no, we'll see. But yeah, currently it's been online for 380 days, so I'm still going to keep tracking it as long as I have the device turned on. I'm just going to keep on tracking it and log the transactions, because once you get down to the bottom here, hasn't been every day since the halving here sometime in July. Yeah, pretty much around July 1st and 2nd. That was when the halving occurred. 11. There's a few days. Here's 2 days worth. There's 2 days worth. 2 days worth. There's been a few times. There's 2 back-to-back. That like the 3rd and the 5th, I did not receive payouts because they were just lumped together. Didn't quite get to over 10. So it's still just about every single day. I had to log a transaction, which I do anyway. And as I've been turning a whole lot more stuff off, there's not as many transactions to load and to log in there. And actually, I'm debating about. I still have my one CMP card rig on Ergo. I hit kind of a round number on my bag. I was like, do I just turn it the hell off or let it go? Who knows? So currently it is still on. I probably should just turn the damn thing off because my electric rate is hopefully it starts taking effect soon, because I did go through the process of switching suppliers, and I was near the end of a billing cycle, so it didn't take account on that one and all that stuff. So, but that's a whole nother freaking topic. So, but yeah, we'll get that figured out. I'll decide what I'm going to do with this, and but I will leave it on. I'm not going to turn it off and let it keep going, because it is making money. It's profitable and doesn't use any power basically. So it'd be crazy to turn it off. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Anyway, until the next one, we'll catch you later.